Hello everyone, I am Namita Shri here to present seminar on the subject Object Oriented Modeling and Design. In Object Oriented Modeling and Design, we have UML diagrams, and here we have the types of UML diagrams, that is structural diagrams and behavioral diagrams. Under behavioral diagrams we have activity diagram, use case diagram, state machine diagram and interaction diagram. And in structural diagrams we have composite structure diagram, deployment diagram, package diagram, profile diagram, class diagram, object diagram and component diagram. And now we are going to discuss about component diagram. And first of all, what is a component diagram? It's a diagram which is used to visualize the organization of system components and the dependency relationship between them. And actually it depicts how components are wired together to form larger components or a software system. Component diagrams, they provide high level views of the components within a system, and those components can be a software component such as database or user interface, or it can also be hardware components like circuit, microchip or device, and also it can be business units such as supplier, payroll or shipping. And we have some reasons for which component diagrams are required. And we have first of all, it portrays the components of a system at the runtime, and those component diagrams are helpful in system testing, and it envisions the link between several connections, like it makes us understand the links between several connections in component diagram. And there are several symbols that is used in component diagrams. First one is component, and that is the important symbol in component diagram. And those components, it can be used in three ways, and we can see on the screen there are three kinds of components available. The first one, we have only the name of the component with a certain kind of symbol on the top right, and second one, we have the same symbol on the top right with the component, and one more is without the symbol. And next we have provided interface and the required interface. Here we can see we have two components, and there is a certain kind of relationship between the two components. Interfaces in component diagram shows how components are wired together and interact with each other. The assembly connector, which is represented with a semicircle and a solid line, it allows linking the components required interface with the provided interface, which is represented with a circle and a solid line of another component. And this shows that one component is providing the service that the other is requiring. And the next symbol we have is port. Port, which is represented by a small square at the end of a required interface or provided interface. It is used when the component delegates the interfaces to an internal class. And next we have dependencies. That is, we can see some kind of relationship between two given components. Although we can show more details about the relationship between two components using the ball and socket notation, that is already we have discussed, that is provided interface and required interface. We can also use dependency arrow to show the relationship between two given components. And here we have the steps, that is how to draw a component diagram. And here we have 5 steps. The first step is, before drawing component diagram, first we have to analyze the purpose of the diagram and identify the artifacts of that, such as files, documents like that in our system, or application that we need to represent in our diagram. And second step we have, as we have already figured out the relationship between the elements, we have to create the imaginary layout of our component diagram. And third step we have, as we go on drawing the diagram, we have to add the components first, grouping them within other components as we see it fits. And fourth step we have to add other elements, such as we have objects, dependencies, interfaces, classes, etc. We have to add those to our component diagram and we have to complete it. And finally, just to clarify certain details to others, we can attach notes on different parts of our component diagrams. And here we have a component diagram for online shopping system, where order is placed using the item code of the ordered product and the details of the customer who have ordered the product, along with the account details of the customer. And this is a typical component diagram, and this indicates a certain online shopping system. Thank you.